The thing about it was, I was talking about the traffic coming down from Yorkshire and so on through the Woodhead Tunnel into the Manchester area for distribution to all over the place. And I said there was a marshalling yard there called, and I called it Woodhead, and it would actually should have been Mottram. And I knew that Mottram bar very, very well, and why I should call it Woodhead on that particular tape, goodness only know, except that I was relating to the Woodhead viaduct, Woodhead Tunnel, as distinct from the other tunnels coming through the Pennines, you see.
So Mottram's sort of Stockport way, isn't it?
It's carrying on that way. It's getting up towards, what would you say? It's the other side of Glossop in that area. Glossop and Hadfield is beyond there, going up towards Woodhead Tunnel.
Well, I'm glad we got the chance to put that right, Howard.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. One of the things about watching it is it's great for us who are living now to relive some of those memories with you.
Yes, I'm hoping so.
It sounds to me like those memories are very live to you. It's something that you carry around with you, those memories.
Oh, yes. I have a lot more as well, but...
Yeah, well, that surprised me too. But would you like to still be working on the railways?
No, because it's an entirely different thing now to what it was. When I was on the railways, my job, well, I was classed as a Deputy Chief Controller for Manchester. And that meant I was not in charge, but supervising all railway operations in and around Manchester for about 20 to 30 miles radius all around. And if anything went wrong, it was my business to put them right. And things did go wrong, so it was quite an interesting job. When I did that job for about 10 years, which after the one that I mentioned on there, when I did that bit there as a section controller, well, the railway was divided into sections, and that was the most interesting one. But then behind the section controllers and all the others, a deputy controller that was in charge of all of that, and that's the way I finished up for 10 years on there. In other words, I was responsible around the clock on a 24-hour basis for the operations of the railway, and I was the representative of the district operating manager, in touch with him for anything went wrong. It was an interesting job, because whatever went wrong, there was all the various different departments of the railway, I was able to contact them and, loosely saying, putting it right. You'd got derailments, you'd got diversions, you got all manner of things that made life interesting there. And the one beauty of it was when you finished work, as I did, maybe 6 o'clock in the morning, whatever problems you'd got, and got a lot of problems in the area, I'd just hand them over to my oppo when he came on, and then I went to bed and forgot all about it, you see. Not like the certain jobs where you take your work home for, you see. So that was one of the pieces.
Like you say, though, you've got a lot more memories than that.
Oh yeah.
There wasn't enough room to put all those on.
No.
So we had to cut down a bit and sort of work out.
Yeah, well, I think you got the main things on there. I'm quite happy with that.
Because we talked about your wartime experiences. We obviously talked about Carolyn. Very important to you. We didn't talk much about life now. We touched on it, but you're still active, aren't you?
Yes, but there's not a lot to talk about for life now. I mean, there's not the same interest as there was when I was working. But I've got lots of things going on round about me. I've just had my granddaughter over from Ireland. She's living over there. Spent the weekend with me, and we went to various... She borrowed my daughter's car. So we went to various... Well, we didn't go far, but we spent most of the time reminiscing and chatting and so on, you see. And eating and drinking.
Quite right, too.
Quite right. No, I don't. And my son's in Weymouth. I've got a grandson in Canada who's an airline pilot. And I have a grandson in Japan who's a ski instructor. So my assets are well spread around the world at the moment. Call them assets, I suppose.
I'm sure they are, and lots of energy out there too.
Not so liability nowadays.
Assets.
Oh yes, I mean, good. And I've got a little iPad now, which is a little world to me because I really enjoy that. I can send Skypes, and the latest thing I've got now is something new, because you know these little iPads. The sound on there is not terribly brilliant, as you know, and I'm quite clean on music. I've now got a little gadget, which my granddaughter bought for me, which is plugged into the side of the television, so I can now move the sound from this little iPad onto the big screen of the television. So I can watch, not only can I hear the music, but I can see it as well.
You're well part of the digital age then?
Oh, I think it's great. Now, I like piano concertos, violin concertos and that sort of thing, and I get the whole thing on screen now. And that, to my mind, is wonderful. I'm enjoying that.